Hello MuleSoft-TechZone viewers, welcome back to MuleSoft-TechZone. This is Ravan Lingam and this is continuation of our ACB series, Anypoint Code Builder. So we have so far seen that how to design an API, how to deploy, how to develop, how to deploy API in Anypoint Code Builder. Today I'm going to show you some differences because you need to know the difference between using Anypoint Studio and ACB, what are the changes and all. So I'm going to show you few differences that I found out, and so you can see on my screen. I'm not sure if it is quite visible because I wanted to keep it like side by side just to compare. So on my left side you can see like this is Anypoint Studio. You might be very familiar about this tool, and right side it is my ACB, Anypoint Code Builder. I am using the desktop version which is on MS Visual Studio. Now usually whenever we want to create any project in Anypoint Studio, what we do is like we create a mule project, or we go to file and new mule project. That's how we do. So let me put test, and you select the runtime and click on finish. This is what we do. And if you have any raml or something like that, you will be connecting to the design center and you will be like creating a project. So this is how, and you can see the time it is taking to create a project, a new structure. Okay, and you all know that this is the canvas which is in the middle of the studio, and the right side you can see, right side of the canvas you will be seeing like mule palette, and the left side you will see the package explorer. Now let us see how we create a new project in ACB. So you can always see like Anypoint Code Builder icon over here, MuleSoft, and if you want to implement something, you can always create, like click on like implement an API. Here is where you enter the project name and then project location and create a project. That's how we usually create, and this is how it looks basically. Like I already scaffolded the raml, so you will be seeing something like this. So this is canvas for us, just imagine. Okay, so let me drag and drop quickly like a HTTP listener. Okay, and all the connectors will be available over here in our mule palette. So how is it different in Anypoint Code Builder? If I see here, where to find those connectors, where to find mule palette, right? So what we need to do is like click on plus symbol over here. That's how you will be viewing the connectors. On my right side you can see like there is an option to add a component here. Okay, and there is something called all components, which is core processors, connectors and snippets, just which is similar to like modules over here, like core components, and the connectors are like HTTP sockets, etc. Right? So if you go inside connectors, you will see the database connector, email connector, whatever connectors you want, for example like this. Okay, this is how you navigate to specific operation. If you want to go with like select operation, what you need to do is click on connectors. Like again, I will start with like clicking on plus icon over here. So go to connectors because database is a connector, then go to database and choose your select operation. Okay, this is how you will be able to drag your connector onto this screen. Okay, but how about here? Basically, if your connector is not present, you will click on add modules. Okay, database you will add to the left side of the palette. So let me pull it over here. Okay, and database connector is added, then there is a select operation here, and you will be dragging and dropping over here, right? So this is how you do it in Anypoint Studio. That's one of the differences. Next thing is, if you want to add any configuration, basically what we do in Anypoint Studio here is, let me drag, I'll keep switching between Anypoint Code Builder and Anypoint Studio. So just wanted to compare it side by side. So basically we click on like plus icon and you configure based upon like for example, like if I take like MySQL connection and then add recommended libraries, click on OK, and it resolves dependency, and you will enter your host, port, password and etc. something like that. Now coming back to select operation, if you click on this, here you can see there is no data. What is this one? If I cancel it, so if you see like this one, right, this is where we connector configuration is happening here. So this one is similar to connector configuration over here. Here it is asking for create a new configuration. Probably we can also suggest like to the team that it's better to have like create configuration. So create configuration, like here it shows no data. So what you need to do is like you need to create one. So let me go to advanced settings. So all these general, advanced and everything are something like that. Here you can see there is a edit option. This is to edit the name. Let me quickly check how to, so how to add connection configuration details. That is the next thing. Okay, in ACB here it is very pretty much simple. Like you go here, the only thing that you can observe here when I am trying to switch between Studio and Anypoint Code Builder, in Studio whenever we click something, right, it takes some time to load. Like click on add, pop up, do everything, something like that, right? Now when you come here, if you want to add any configuration, all that we do is basically we go to the XML. This is something like, you know, we have to code it in the lines, okay, in XML, okay, and all the configurations will be above the flows. It should be outside of the flows. Got it? So if I minimize all the flows here, you have to keep all your config, just like for example, if you cancel this and if you go to configuration XML, it is one and the same. Okay, both Anypoint Studio and Anypoint Code Builder has the same XML. Okay, so all the configuration, for example, if I try to add, let me quickly add a configuration and choose MySQL. There is already a drive, so let me like give some values to it, click on OK, and you can see that the configurations are added outside of the flows. Similarly here, if you want to add anything, so what you can just start typing db :config, and you have to manually type everything. So what I will do is like I'll just copy paste. You need to get familiar with that. I think as I said, like you can see something is broken, right? Because I didn't fill this one. Now it looks good. Okay, again the full version of ACB is not yet released. Probably they will come up with these suggestions, you know, getting suggestions here in your XML and all, or probably there is a chance that you can get to write those values from the UI screen. So we never know, but yeah, we always suggest to the product team to improve that one. So now you can see, like, choose a config connector. Here you can now see database config. Clear? So let me expand my screen here a bit. So database config, and here you can do a test one. This is where you do like test connection, right? Right now I don't have anything, but if you see here, this is how you need to configure your connections. So there is no other way in ACB right now. I am saying like right now, other than like configuring that in the XML part, which is a good thing. In Anypoint Studio probably they will come up with more better way to configure things. And your SQL query text, right, that is something similar to your SQL query text. See, most of them, the naming conventions and all, like you can see here, right, input parameters, the syntaxes, everything is similar, only that the tool has been changed, and ACB is like more robust and it is like faster with more better performance than ACB. Okay, this is another thing that we used to do. So if you want to, again, like once you code everything, and here again once you enter everything, once we come back to this UI, okay, I will call this as canvas. Here you will be able to see one flow at a time. What does that mean? For example, if I want to add another flow onto my canvas here, okay, just try to like add anything here. I can view two flows in one screen. Okay, or if I keep adding more flows here, right, I can scroll down and view all the flows here. But when it comes to ACB, what we do is like all the flows will be under this. If you see, there is a flow list here option. There is a flow list option. You can view only one flow per view. Okay, on canvas you can see only single flow. For example, I have like probably like 5 flows here. Okay, but I'm able to see the main flow only here, right? If you want to change, what you can do is go to flow list and see, like if you want to go through this get method, you can see, you can watch this flow. Okay, also, like if there is any error handling, basically if you have error handling over here, on error propagate, this is again like UI thingy. Okay, you can watch all your errors. Like basically it is vertical in our Anypoint Studio, it's like vertical, but here it is like horizontal. If you want to add anything, you will view like side by side, so it's a horizontal one, like a flow. Okay, and if you want to add connectors, it is adding vertically over here. So basically what has happened is all the connectors in Anypoint Studio are horizontal. Like if you keep adding one connector beside another one, it is like horizontal, but here it is different, it is vertical. And here the flows are vertical, here the flows are horizontal. That's the difference. Not flows, but the error handling and the flow, because you can view only one flow per view. All right, this is another difference. Now once you deploy, once you go do all the coding and all, if you want to deploy, what we do is here we are going to right click and run the project and all those stuff. But here what you need to do is you need to use commands. So you can click on show and run commands, and you can see like deploy. Okay, and you can use these options. Okay, so these are few differences like that I wanted to show you. I have already shown you like how to use Anypoint code builder, but here in this video I wanted to show you some differences between ACB and Anypoint Studio. Also, like when it comes to the project structure, another thing I forgot to mention, like here you can see you have package explorer. If you expand, you have all your folder structure, something like similar to this, but you can find your project structure over here in this menu bar. Okay, so if you want to go to pom.xml, click on this, and you can always go back. You can go to main. So within main, if you want to go to resources, okay, log4j2, okay, this is how you do. So this is how you navigate between different files. All right, so try to get habituated with ACB, and definitely when compared with Anypoint Studio, ACB is faster in performance. And once you try to get, again, it's not a full version right now. I think there will be some changes or some add-ons to this ACB that will really help you to start getting used to it. Okay, I hope you like this video. Please don't forget to subscribe for latest updates. See you in the next video.